Jun Shadow versus Fry Crooken Best of One? I think you're lost in the best of three realms. I will keep because I have the once upon a time. All right, this obviously needs to be, what is that? Okay. This has to be red and black. Okay, now the question is Thoughtseize or Channeler? Let's begin with the Channeler. Goblins. Okay. I'm just gonna play the Jet Collector here, or I could end. Let's attack first. And then go with the Jet Collector. Okay, so this is gonna be a Goblin. Let's see which one. Sacrifice a Goblin, add one. Okay, I have Bowmasters now. So let's attack first. And keep up Bowmaster's Bolt or Questing Druid, which I would like to use to find a land. Sling Gang Lieutenant. Create 2/1/1 red goblin tokens. Sacrifice a goblin. Target player loses 1 life. Okay, so the opponent's gonna get quite a few goblins here. But I can't prevent this, right? So, okay. Yeah, I need to find some lands. Let's see what I can ditch here. Do I want to take the risk? No, it's not going to add anything, so that's actually a good draw here. All right, so I don't want to miss out on these, right? Like, I'm just gonna have to play this and then go into an Inquisition. Channeler is not what I want. I need a little bit. Would prefer another land here. Okay. Each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with another 1/1. This is search. This is add mana. What is all this stuff? Okay, let's take that. I'm okay to trade my Jet Collector for 2 goblins. Getting a Mox here. Play the Mox. Get another Surveil trigger. Keep the Shadow. And now I have I can Thoughtseize, so let's Thoughtseize as well. Okay, what's this? Flying. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies returns battlefield. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Is the opponent... I'm gonna take this. The thing that searches up goblins. Because the others are unplayable at the moment, or don't have a super great impact. Now I need to be careful. The opponent can deal some damage to me here. Should I play both Bowmasters first? Yes. First, yeah, I'm gonna kill the Sling Gang Lieutenant because that's the one that can make the opponent able to sacrifice the goblins, and the opponent has seen enough here. So, what is this? A lot of small creatures. Yeah. A lot of small creatures. that flood the board. Pithing Needle for the Sling Gang Lieutenant. I mean, the opponent is using some ETB triggers more mainly. I think Break Expectations is actually worth more than the Bolt. So I'm gonna put in the to Break Expectations. Why? Because I want to get rid of those. I saw a few cards in the opponent's deck that are crucial. Okay, but the opponent actually already decided to scoop them up. So yeah, good start to the Jund Shadow deck. Let's see how the next game goes. Jund Shadow versus Narmasil. Yes, I will keep this. I'm going to start off with the Shaman. Okay, it's Titanium. Haven't played against Titan that much in a while. I can actually start with the channeler here then. The Bloodstained Mire can get me the Surveil land. I'm not gonna fatal push that thing yet. All right, there's a natural. Okay, I should have pushed that thing, I guess. Yeah, now the Titan's gonna come down, and I'm probably game over. I can't get rid of the Titan, so this is gonna be too much for me to deal with. So let's go Break Expectations. Do I Unholy Heat? Yes. Yes, maybe no. A trophy and an extraction. All right, and get rid of the Bowmasters. Yeah, the Bowmasters don't really do much in this matchup. I was a little quick to concede there, but I just ran some calculations. This is good. This is a decent hand. Another land or Questing Druid? I'll go with the Questing Druid. And then I shall go... Should I go straight for the Thoughtseize? No. I'll go for the Bauble Peak first. Break Expectations is actually fine, so I'll take that. All right, now I will Surveil. Channeler's also good. It's actually already... No, it's not active yet. I need a creature or something. All right, now what to do? I can Bauble myself again. I think I'm actually going to do that, right? I'll miss on a Dragon's Rage Channeler trigger if I do it like that, though. Or do I really want to get both? Let's start off with this. Wow, only one card I was able to see. So all of those are cheaper. All right, now I'm gonna look at my own hand. Yeah, I do wanna get another land. That's pretty important for me. So another bauble is not what I want, which allows me now to fetch a Blood Crypt and play a Channeler. All right, it wasn't able to draw a land, unfortunately. What? 30,142 over 7. All right, good to know. Attack. Like, when should I Thoughtseize here? That's the question. Probably next turn. I'm gonna Questing Druid end of this turn. Hopefully find a land, one land, and one something else. The opponent has these crazy lands already. But hopefully no... Alright. That's actually what I want. At least one. Okay. I can shock down... Yeah, I can shock down and then use this to get even lower. And that enables me to play the Death's Shadow. Do I want a swamp next turn? Yeah, why not? Alright, there goes the Titan. But now I'm able to play the Shadow and keep up a Lightning Bolt. I'm losing a Questing Druid. No, sorry, no. This is the one that I have still available to me. Oh my god, they can actually... Well, they can kill my shadow with this amulet, but I can bolt myself. Oh, there comes a bog. Alright, yeah, I knew that. Alright, so my Channeler is gonna lose its value, but my shadow grew. Opponent's at 7. I have some creatures. I just need to dodge. Okay, so the zombies are already starting to act, and there's a Titan. So I think that's pretty much game over, right? The bog plus the Titan plus all these zombies is now gonna be too much for me to deal with. So unfortunately, I have to admit defeat here. Yeah, there's no chance to come back from that. Not with the cards that I have available to me. Well, 1-1. Let's go on to the next game. John Shadow versus Ryan the Red. Ryan the R3D. I'll go first. I'll keep. Now, this lowland hand means that I may need to... Yeah, because I want to draw that another land. I won't be able to crack this fetch during my turn here at this point. Alright, this is enough. The opponent is now looking at my hand. Sorry, at the top card of my library. At the end of my turn, at the end of the opponent's turn, I will fetch, so they basically don't know what I'm gonna draw now. They may have seen a cool card, which I would have liked to draw, but we never know. So I will go for a Surveil here. Alright, the opponent does similar. May do the same. Nope, actually going for a Brainstorm. Okay, good. That actually makes my Thoughtseize and Inquisition much more interesting. Do I already want the Shadow? Actually, I don't think so. So, what shall I take? I don't need the Bowmasters because the Shaman is actually pretty decent at dealing with the Bowmasters. I may take... So I can take two things. Jace and then Mana Drain probably, right? Wow, this is very difficult. Maybe I will take the Brainstorm, considering the opponent is low on lands, actually. The opponent can't even bolt this. Yeah, perfect. Now I'm starting to get low on lands too, but let's start off with the Jet Collector here. I can actually remove a land and play a Thoughtseize. But what are we gonna Thoughtseize away? Maybe the Shadow? Yeah. Alright, there's an extra mana too. Okay, the opponent has enough. So I think taking that Brainstorm was actually the route to victory here. So against this deck, I want... Yeah, I want the Break Expectations. I want the Surgical Extraction 1. Do I need Lightning Bolts? Actually, I'm going to take out all the bolts and put in one Unholy Heat. Is that really what I want to do? Go full on the discard. I have Fatal Push, yeah. I have some Fatal Push. Okay, I'm going to keep two bolts here and go a little bit lower on these two because those are kind of the... Actually, yeah, on those two. All right. Super land heavy, a Shadow which I can't play in the first 6 turns, so I'm gonna mulligan this. This is now a little land light, but I will keep it and put the Shadow back. Alright, start off with an Inquisition. This could get brainstormed now, but I'm being attacked by a vicious cat. Sorry. You're only allowed to stay right here or leave. You cannot enter the realm of the keyboard. Ugh, God, the opponent's deck just has everything I don't like, right? Right? Like, what's the biggest threat for me here? Like, is it the extraction? No. Let's take the push. Yeah, I'm gonna take the push. No, 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 no. You know it, how that goes. Keyboard, and then you're probably gonna pass the turn or something. Right, the opponent's digging for lands, as am I, to be frank. I'm not afraid of the spell snare. Alright, the opponent's okay. I'm actually okay with that, because I think I only run, yeah, 2. So that's not really doing anything. Except that the opponent now knows my hand. Okay, the opponent did find a land. It's a tapped land, though. I need to drop something. Okay, oh no, that was... I shouldn't have played that into a Bowmasters. Yeah, this game is probably over. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Alright, play another one. Okay, the opponent's starting to activate that. Yeah, no block. Brainstorm. So my Questing Druid can just get spell snared, so that's not a wise choice. I have 2 shadows, so as soon as I'm lower on life total, my shadows can actually do some damage. The opponent is going to have to keep up 1 mana for the rest of the game in order to prevent me from using my Questing Druid. Alright, that's a 2/2, so I can still kill it. Okay. Yeah, you can kill that, that's fine. Alright, I'm happy that I'm able to kill this with a bolt. That is something that usually that privilege doesn't get granted easily. Okay. I can't play this, I can't play this, right? So I'm gonna have to pass the turn and look for a window. But this spell snare is, yeah, it's definitely gonna... I'm just gonna have to force it out of the opponent's hand at some point. Probably at the end of the... Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, the one doesn't have black mana, right? So nothing's coming back from the graveyard, which is good. Which means... But I still need to kill something on my side in order to use this Fatal Push successfully, right? So I'm gonna mute this person. Do this, it's gonna get snared. Of course, yep. And the Lurrus will enter the battlefield, and now I hope I draw a fetch land. I do not. So, what am I gonna do now? The opponent is going to start to get back their Death Shadow next turn, so do I need to... Fine. Nah. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, that's game. G to the G. Alright. Go on to game number 3 then. I'm not gonna change anything else. Maybe some more extraction, right? Extractions. I mean, yeah, extracting a Death's Shadow is gonna be pretty strong. Okay, I will keep. Start off with a Shaman. Or do I want to start off with a Chandler? Shaman kind of seems to be worth more. Yeah, I'm starting off with the Chandler. Okay. Opponent doesn't like the Bowmasters. I need to get my Chandler up to speed as soon as possible. Is there any way I can do this right now? No, there is not. I could go for the Surveil land, but I'm only going to be able to surveil one thing, so that's not going to work. So I can just play the Jet Collector. Let's attack first. Just play a Shaman? Nah, let's still play the Jet Collector. Alright, I'm gonna mute this person again in a minute. Pretty impatient person that I am playing against. I'm just gonna say thinking, and then I'm gonna mute. Taking the Shadow. Now I have 4 lands, 4 cards in the graveyard. I can get back the Shadow now with the Jet Collector. That might already be sufficient now to come back from this game. Let's go down to... Let's Inquisition first. I'll draw the Bowmasters. I'll take the Drown in the Loch. I will activate this. Even get a Mox Jet. And now I can start getting back the Bowmasters next turn as well. This is a finality counter, right? Yeah. This Death's Shadow has come back from the dead. But this is its final life. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Let's see. I could use something in the graveyard. Okay, I have 2 mana here actually, so I can actually go for this play. I can activate this, attack, and then keep up Bowmasters. Or I can just yeah, I can just use the shaman to drain as well. Which is a valid win condition, so the opponent doesn't like it. Yeah, the opponent doesn't like it. Okay, so yeah, able to maneuver the, what is that? That was Grixis Shadow, right? So John Shadow maneuvering against Grixis Shadow. Jet Collector finally proving to be some, yeah, showing some value. And even if it's just getting a lightning bolt out of the opponent's hand to kill my reanimated Death Shadow. But that's one less bolt on the Channeler or the Shaman, right? So definitely, yeah, this Jet Collector might be an interesting find. Getting Mox Jets, you know, additional Delirium triggers, some extra ramp, or not really ramp, but just extra mana available to you. Ah, that only triggers once. So you get the jet once. But it's more about the second ability. That's pretty crazy. Especially in a deck full of 1 mana creatures. Anyway, let's go on to the next game. Timeless John Shadow versus Jay Cook. I would like to go first, and I would like to keep. I will look for a land with this once upon a time. Because 2 lands is a little on the low side. The question is, do you really want to... So, once you have 4 mana, the Jet Collector can actually come into play and immediately get something back, if like a 1 mana creature back. Gonna go for a fetch land because I want to damage myself as much as possible. Gonna go for the Overgrown Tomb here at this stage. And play a Deathrite Shaman. Next turn I will play the... No, I will actually keep up Questing Druid. Sea Chrome Coast. Okay, that's an... Okay, and a Mystic Sanctuary. So that's definitely some... I can go down to 14. I can play a Jet Collector. I can start draining. I could drain and then use the Survey Land, but I think I want to take some damage. So I'm just going to play the Jet Collector, hopefully undermining, going underneath any counter magic and stuff like that. Or I could attack and then keep up the Questing Druid. That's also a good option. I think I'm going to stick with that. I'd prefer to try and get some value of the Jet Collector immediately. Alright, there. Okay, so what is that? Timur. Yep. Kind of expected that. Let's Inquisition first and take... Now I'm just probably even gonna take the Brainstorm, right? Like this Scolding is not really gonna do much anymore, is it? I'll take the Cling to Dust. Alright, this is now my pressure here. Do I need that right now? No, I'll keep it in my hand. Okay, the opponent gets 2. The opponent doesn't have black mana. The opponent... Yeah, I'm gonna fetch Shock here. So my Death Shadow, I'm putting a lot of... There's the Questing Druid. I can get back a Questing Druid as well. Shock, fetch Shock, Mox. That's 2 mana I already have next turn extra. Which means I can do 4, and then I still have the Shaman thing up. So I need to... This is now my turn to jump in there and deal some damage. Wait, do I have anything? Do I have any more shock lands left? No, I don't. That's not great. Wait, how much do I need? 2. And I can activate the Lurrus as well. And then I can attack. Alright, now all I need to dodge a sweeper, mainly. And keep Lurrus in my hand in case anything dies. Alright, Jace Reawakened is gonna plot something. Oh no, it's not. It's actually digging, which is even better for me in this situation. Cavern of Souls. Interesting card to have in a control-ish deck. Shock. You attack this, you attack this, you attack this, you don't do anything. Oh, I could have killed the opponent there, I guess. Yeah, oops. I agree to that, oops. I fully agree to that, oops. But, I mean, I saw the opponent had 1 mana up. Does that mean something? Not sure. But I could have ended the game there, so that was a little bit of a mistake. I'm gonna remove that. That's gonna be a dig through time now. Removing the brainstorm. Yeah, makes sense. That way my shaman gets blanked. And the opponent gets another chance at winning the game. But, let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, this time I'm the winner here. So before damage, I'm gonna play this. This might get, that's gonna get scolded, that's fine. I will still get the 1 more damage in here. And now I can finally kill the opponent. Okay. Good. So the opponent is like black as well. So all the colors and then also Oracle. So is this a Tainted Pact deck? I have no idea, honestly, what I'm up against. So, do I need Surgical Extraction? I think I'm just gonna stick to the same deck I have just played. I'm just gonna keep it. Not gonna change anything. J. Cook. Oh yeah, I'll keep it. With the Once Upon a Time, I'm a little bit more inclined to keep this hand. Definitely taking a land. And let's see what we're up against. Aether Gust, yeah. Stern Scolding. Fatal Push. Let's take the Scolding. I'm gonna look at my own deck. A land. Do I really want another land here? No. I am going to keep up my Bowmasters and play them at end of turn. Or a Once Upon a Time. Most likely the Bowmasters, though, considering the hand of the opponent and the fact that I am able to... Well, okay. I'm still glad I shuffled away that land. A lot of surveilling on the opponent's side. Alright, let's get down this threat here. Alright. Inquisition. Yes. The opponent might push. Why am I Inquisitioning here now? Because I have the safety to know that I will be able to take away this. Let's take that. Let's grab a Blood Crypt and attack. And now I can actually, next turn I can do this and this maybe, yeah. I do have a Thoughtseize, so I think I need to use that pretty soon. Oh, this is a good chance to use it. If the opponent activates the Bauble, because the opponent will have 3 cards in hand. Because my Thoughtseize is going to lose its value pretty quickly. Perfect. So end of turn, I will fetch. A swamp. Okay, the opponent kills that in response. Okay, then, well, this will change my choice of cards. That means I will get this one instead. And there's another Shaman. Do I still want a Thoughtseize here? Or do I know Lurrus? Yeah, I'll Thoughtseize now before it gets less and less useful. Perfect. That was an amazing Thoughtseize. Play the Shaman and keep up Once Upon a Time. Hopefully finding a Death's Shadow here. Alright, the opponent pacting, but what to look for? Okay, the opponent can look for a specific card here. And decide if they want it or not. Cling to Dust, no they don't want it. Oko, they don't want it. Breeding Pool, they don't want it. Snow-Covered Swamp, they don't want it. Thoughtseize, they don't want it. Generous End, no. Shores, no. Reanimate, no. What is the opponent looking for? Like, can I just keep this up? No, that doesn't work, right? No, unfortunately I have to click every single time. Hero's Downfall. Okay, the opponent wants the Bowmasters. I'll take a Shaman. I'll take another Shaman then. If I play the Lurrus, I can only get back nothing. A Shaman. Shaman to Shaman to Shaman to Shaman to Shaman to Shaman. No, there's no point doing that. So let's do this. Not use it, because I don't want to give the opponent the trigger. Play a Shaman. And attack, or just pass the turn. No attack. I'm just gonna play it cool. Yeah. Kill my token. I have 2 Shamans. Which can now start to drain the opponent. All right. Let's hope the opponent didn't draw anything good. That was not. That was okay, but not as scary as I thought or expected. Oh, I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that at all. So that is a problem, of course. Yeah. No blocks. All right. Opponent's turn. My turn. Gain some life. Gain some life. No. Yeah, let's get this back. Get back. The Bowmasters. Do this. I will know already what the opponent draws. It's a land. That's perfect. All right. This thing doesn't have trample, right? Death touch. So I can chump block that. No attack. End the turn. Draw a card. Perfect draw. Amazing. Okay. I think I have a chance at winning this now. This thing, if the opponent attacks with that. Okay, the opponent can attack with the Reef. I'm going to block it with a token. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to mill some cards. That's a little unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Yeah, give me the mill. Gonna block and take that. Alright, end of turn. I'm gonna exile a land from the opponent's graveyard. I'm gonna add black. I'm gonna drain. Okay, there comes a shadow. There comes a shadow. It's gonna go get smaller, but it's still big enough. And then keep up the shamans and the druids and all the shamans and the questing druid. But I think this is game now. This should be game. So this is a Tainted Pact Oracle, Thassa's Oracle deck, but it also has some reanimation in there. Maybe, maybe not. So many land colors, but it's mainly, well, it has even a Wandering Emperor. I don't know what kind of a list this is. Restless Reef. Actually not too bad of a card, I think. 4/4 Death Touch for 4 mana. So yeah, this deck has a lot of recursion from the graveyard, right? So it has the Jet Collector, it has the Lurrus, and just the best 1 mana. I mean, okay, not running Ragavan. Instead running the Channeler. Obviously the Channeler is a 3/3 and it flies, so it has more utility than the Ragavan. The Ragavan, of course, it has its moments where it can just run it away with the game from turn 1, but the chances of the opponent not having any removal or any blocker in its path is pretty low. And Death Shadow being one of the best creatures actually in the format, considering that decks running, and especially a deck running Thoughtseize, can get low pretty easily. I think my opponent is roping out here. But that gives me the opportunity to talk about this deck. So, yes, a different take on the Death Shadow deck. And actually, this is the credit for this deck goes to Chesthair. I found it on MTG decks. The link is in the description. And yeah, it's a different take on the Death Shadow. It has the green so that you don't have to like weirdly splash green for the Deathrite Shaman. It has, yeah, the typical shell But it has the Jet Collector, which I think is a great addition. It's a creature in on itself, and it can get back creatures from the graveyard not only once, but multiple times, right? So it's not like just adding a Reanimate into the deck and getting back a creature. No, it's a creature in on itself that needs to be taken care of, even though it's just a 2/2. It can get back creatures from the graveyard, and it creates a little bit of ramp, which sometimes can be handy, or sometimes can trigger an additional Surveil trigger from the Channeler. So, yeah, a little bit of extra utility, and then it has the Questing Druid as a card advantage engine as well, a 4 of actually. So the Questing Druid basically a 3/1, unless you whiff or you draw 2 lands and then you can only play one of them, or you just draw something that's more expensive than what you have available. But generally the Questing Druid is a 2 cards or 3 cards for 1. And then you can play it as a creature as well and grow it. And then you have the Bowmaster package. Yeah, definitely enjoy the deck. And can only recommend you to try it out as well. I think going 3/1 is pretty decent. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Thanks for watching. That's, of course, important. Have fun. See you in the arena, and peace.